Welcome to another episode of the 20 Minute Mode podcast. On this episode, I've got Akshat Saxena, who is the co founder of ePayLater, one of the biggest brands right now in fintech, and who's working in the SME credit space in India. So, welcome to the show, Akshat.
Hey, thank you so much, Jude. It's a pleasure to be here.
I can give our viewers a little brief on your introduction, but I think it will be more poignant if you are going to give them a brief of your role and your journey with your company ePayLater.
Sure. So, first of all, a big hello to all your viewers. And I'm Akshat Saxena. I'm one of the three co-founders here at ePayLater. And about me, so ePayLater is 6 year old, so I'm as old as ePayLater within ePayLater. And prior to ePayLater, I worked in corporate world for about 8 years with technology firms such as Oracle, SAP, and TransUnion. And outside ePayLater, I am a tech enthusiast. I was ranked world #1 by a technology website called HackerRank a couple of years back. And I am also part of a think tank which works, which basically does some research work and provides some policy inputs to the policymakers here in India. And I'm also a visiting faculty to one of the B schools here, one of the IIMs here in India.
Lovely to hear, Akshat. We'll jump right into the conversation. I wanted to ask quite a bit and know from you firsthand, what exactly is the customer experience space like, particularly with a fintech brand like ePayLater. So one thing that I wanted to start off with was, in traditional finance or institutions in the traditional space, customer service and customer experience sometimes takes a backseat. With fintech and a lot of new startups and a lot of new organizations coming in the space, this has been a key area of focus where how do we completely overhaul the way customers are catered to. And I just wanted to know at ePayLater, what is customer experience and customer service like?
So for us, customer experience is center stage of everything that we do. I will possibly take a step back and tell you what we do. Possibly in the interest of those viewers who might not know about our business. So we extend a credit line to small businesses. So there are about 65 million MSMEs in India, and the credit penetration of formal credit penetration in India is quite low. So we have identified a few industry verticals such as food and groceries, pharma, wherein we have and these are our focus verticals, and we extend credit lines to the small businesses who then use the credit line for making purchases from their suppliers. And our offering is that within just 5 minutes, no matter where they are in India, they can, by just making a few simple clicks on our application, they can get a credit line up to 2.5 million Indian rupees. Right, so it's a big shift from the way traditional credit operates, wherein the approval rates are low, it's very documentation heavy, it takes time and stuff. So that's what we do. Right. So now with that as a context, to answer your question, for us, we connect. We are a digital first company, right? So for us, connecting with our customers over a digital interface completely changes the way we define customer experience for ourselves. We try and keep our customer interfaces absolutely clean and and absolutely intuitive. That's one part of our customer experience. We also try and ensure that every interaction of the customer with us across any of our channels, while it's predominantly digital, but customers also reach out to us through other channels as well. So every interaction is meaningful, and we try and package all the information that the customer is seeking in the simplest possible way and the quickest possible way. Our customers, being business customers, they appreciate the fact that we value their time, and they also appreciate the fact that we are giving them information in a very palatable manner. So that's one of the most essential ingredients of our customer experience at our end. The other thing that we try and do is is to impart confidence in our customers, the confidence that we are here any time of the day, any day of the week, and we are here to hear them, and we are here to sort of try and we are happy to travel an extra mile to support them. These are as you would appreciate, these are customers who have not been the customers who have been pampered by the traditional financial institutions, right? And they for them, therefore, the way they perceive the banking ecosystem is very different, right? So we are trying to create a red carpet experience for the customers who have been not so focused upon or neglected by the traditional banking system, and trying to basically therefore be their partner in their growth journey. Yeah, and our entire customer experience, our communication, all the interactions are centered around that.
I think that red carpet experience for these smaller players in the industry and SMEs particularly, I think that's a very, very important point, because on the one hand, you're giving access to finance. You're making access to financial credit and all of these things a lot easier. I had this one question, since we're talking about fintech and since we're talking about credit and all of these things, trust plays a huge part.
Yes.
So how do you create that element of trust? And is there something that you look at when you are creating a kind of a CX strategy?
So, see, creating trust, I feel there are no shortcuts to it. It's about defining a value system and ensuring that everybody in the organization understands it well, and living that value system day in, day out, iteratively. Being absolutely honest about what you can and what you cannot do to the customer is just one hygiene condition. And I think, frankly speaking, that's one area wherein we have, at least our experience has told us that we haven't, or the industry hasn't done very well. I mean, most of these customers, they have been either underserved, or they have been they are the guys who have been overpromised to, right? Now, that's something which we try to stay clear from. We have tried to tell them that this is what we can deliver to you, this is the value for you, and this is how our processes, policies work. And we have also tried to understand their challenges, even if that's something that we cannot address at this point of time. So we have tried to create a roadmap of the of our product, or for the matter, even our company strategy, in a way wherein we're working backwards from our customers' expectations from us, right? And that has helped us build trust, right? When the customers realize that we are not here just to help address their existing set of challenges, but also we are working in the background towards solving challenges that they're currently not solving. It generates that confidence and that trust in them. And since we have been at it for so many years, frankly, some good word has spread about us. I think it creates a sort of a vicious loop, a virtuous loop, wherein there are positive influencers on the ground, and I think that positive peer feedback does a lot of magic, right? And then that trust is now sort of multiplying, and it's what is helping us scale fast.
Interesting. That's quite insightful. But I had a kind of a follow-up question. So we are talking about the difference in terms of the experience a customer gets when he's interacting with a brand like ePayLater, in opposition to, say, a regular bank. So is there anything specific that you can point out and say this is how we differ? Like, it could be in terms of how quick the process is, or how transparent the process is, or if there is some kind of ease of access features that customers can get with a brand like ePayLater. A few of those anecdotes I think would be really, really powerful.
Sure. So, just some basics on what we do. See, credit is not the end product, right? And that's true for any credit product as such, right? I mean, end product is a house in case of a home loan, or it's a car in case of a car loan, right? In our case, it's the stock, right? That a business is buying from a supplier. Right. So what we have tried to do is to appreciate that fact that we are not an end product company, but we need to help our customers consume the credit in a way that it helps them achieve that end goal. So we have tried to create more optionality for the customer wherein they can use the credit line across various partners. We have also then went a step ahead, and we've tried to discover more potential suppliers for them, wherein so they can not just utilize the credit on the partners that are currently there in the picture, but also we can help them enlarge that canvas, right? So that's something which has really helped us become their partner for growth, and also helped us scale fast. Right. Other thing is that we have also try to create these little product interventions that help us generate a better customer experience and more engaging experience with the customers, right? So what we have allowed to the customers to do is they can now also onboard any supplier that they discover. And the good thing that has happened is that the customers are becoming more comfortable with digital interfaces, right? I mean, these are small businesses, but they are very high on their awareness of digital technologies. They are very comfortable browsing for potential suppliers on the internet and stuff. Now, when that happens, right, here is a small business trying to make a purchase from a supplier where there is no vintage of relationship, right? And therefore there is an inherent trust deficit on both sides, right? The supplier would want payment first. The business buyer, who's our credit user, would want a shipment first, right? And that's exactly where we fit in. If you look at, credit literally stands for trust, right? So we basically try and help bridge this trust gap. We are telling the supplier that don't worry about payment, ePayLater will assure it. We're telling the buyer that don't worry about shipment, you have no payment obligation till you actually physically receive the shipment and okay it. And by bridging this trust deficit, it basically generates a lot of opportunities. The B2B commerce, which is largely hyper local, suddenly become boundaryless. Here is a small little kirana shop in Agra, one part of the country, and now they can make purchase from, let's say, a potential supplier in Gujarat, probably get a better deal, higher margin and stuff, right? So this is, so therefore a credit solution goes much beyond a financial solution. It becomes literally a solution that solves for trust, and customers really see value in the fact that they are now able to generate higher margins and more, they're able to, create more optionality on the supply side. And again, to my earlier point, this creates that virtuous loop.
Interesting. I'm gonna go on the same tangent here and just dive deep into customer support as an operations thing. So, do you have this issue of seeing customers reach out to you on multiple channels, or is it through one particular means? Is it like just through telephone, or is it email, or is there automated processes involved, and how have they been reacting to that?
It's a very interesting question. Frankly, it's been evolving. So 4 years back, when we hit the market, the customers were more comfortable meeting us in person. Mm-hmm. So we would have our sales teams going out in the market, meeting them one-on-one, and there wouldn't be a life outside of that in-person interactions, right? But over a period that has changed. The customers have become more comfortable, and I think they have also become more conversant with the interfaces that we provide to them to connect with us. So as we speak, depending upon the use case, so here is a customer who is in an exploratory mode, these customers would typically visit our website, or they will download our app and stuff. And if they have any questions, they will write to us on the social media, or they will sometimes send us an email. So that's general. In case there is any customer service query, right? Then it usually is a human call that which customer makes, and then expects a human response on the other side. So that's or in cases wherein it's a large customer, they also at times expect a person to show up and discuss certain things with them and stuff. So we also have our on-ground teams. That's another channel. What we have also done is we have created a chat-based channel. We've also created a few other channels, and to our own surprise, I mean, customers are very, very comfortable using those channels. So in a nutshell, it's a lot of channels right now, pretty much omni-channel, and depending upon what is the use case, there is a higher concentration of a particular channel.
Okay, I think omni-channel is one, and the other side of that coin is multilingual support. So do you see, I mean, has that been a challenge in customer support when you're dealing with the length and breadth of the country, people speaking in different languages, or do you see your customer base all able to converse in English or another common language?
No. So see, in our kind of a business, we're dealing with small businesses. Frankly, again, as a part of generating more confidence and trust, if we can talk their language, and and also use their lingo, I mean, it basically invokes more confidence. So for us, it's been multilingual support that we've always believed in, and frankly, a lot of customers are not even very comfortable in language other than our vernacular language, other than local language, right? So while we do support English, I mean, it hasn't been the only language that we have supported. It's always been multilingual.
I think while that can be a challenge, I think that's also a huge opportunity, because when the customer realizes that you are even if it's an automated or a human person talking, if they are conversing in the language that they are comfortable with, that really creates a lot of emotional value for that interaction. So I think that would be a very, very delightful customer experience from their point of view. I mean, this has been an interesting conversation. Before I let you go, Akshat, one more question. Where do you see customer support heading in the next few years? More automated processes, but how do you see this industry evolving?
So the way I look at it is that there are a lot of customers who like to help themselves, right? And if you provide them sufficient tools, and as long as you have been able to generate enough confidence and trust in your customers, they are comfortable using self-help tools. In fact, we have seen that as customer vintage increases in the system, they are more comfortable using these self-help tools, even when they have an option of reaching out to a call center and stuff. And we feel that the reasons of this is like quite straightforward. I mean, these customers, they interact with those self-help tools because those are like real time, and it addresses their query. However, what we have, what I feel is that on matters wherein there is an element of let's say financial risk involved, I think there the human interface would continue to sort of remain relevant for times to come, in the foreseeable future, especially when you're talking about a large size B2B transaction, which is what we see in our case, right? So here's the customer who is suddenly wanting to make a large transaction out of blue or something. I mean, then they like to have someone reassure them either in person or over a call that all is good, and we will take care of their transaction and everything is fine. So I feel that's how the customer service is gonna evolve over a period of time. There are gonna be more self-help tools, more chatbots, right? More relevant FAQ, or hopefully something wherein the customers can easily look up and help themselves. But at the same time, where it's a high involvement purchase, I think a human interface cannot be substituted.
Brilliant. I think we've covered quite a lot of very interesting topics, right from trust to multilingual support to self-service. I think it's been an absolute delight talking to you, Akshat, and I think our viewers also will find this conversation extremely insightful. So thank you so much. Thank you for taking the time out to be on the 20-minute mode podcast. I love this conversation, and I'm sure everyone listening in is also enjoying this conversation. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Jude, for the opportunity. It was a pleasure talking to you.